Director Patel, much like you, Deputy Director Bonino was a conspiracy theorist who built a lucrative career making inflammatory and unsubstantiated statements about the FBI that would be disqualifying in any administration that cared about nonpartisan law enforcement. For instance, Mr. Bongino called the placement of pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC headquarters on January 6, quote, an inside job, and went on to say this was a setup. I have zero doubt, and whoever goes into the FBI, you better get an answer about why. Director Patel, you and Deputy Director Bonino are now leading the FBI. What is the evidence to suggest the pipe bombs placed outside of the DNC and RNC on January 6 were an inside job?
Folks, you need to hear this because it is absolutely outrageous. We just watched Director Patel get grilled in Congress over whether or not the pipe bombs planted at the DNC and RNC on January 6th were an inside job. And what does he do? He dodges. He dances. He hides behind the old excuse, the investigation is ongoing. Let's not forget, Deputy Director Bonino, who now sits at the very top of the FBI, once publicly said he had zero doubt the pipe bombs were a setup. He called it an inside job. Now, you'd think if the man running the FBI said that, he'd have something to back it up, right? Wrong. When asked point blank for evidence, Patel says nothing. Instead, he pulls the same stunt we've seen 1,000 times. Wave around his resume, talk about his years of service, brag about his so-called historic results. But here's the thing, Patriots. Americans don't care about resumes. We don't care about buzzwords. We care about truth. And if you're telling us pipe bombs were planted on one of the darkest days in our nation's history, and you can't give us a straight answer years later, that smells rotten. That smells like a cover-up.
I appreciate the opportunity to discuss Director Bongino's mind record. So many on this committee and the media jettison our 31 years of public service.
Can you answer the question, sir?
I'm answering the question. You're questioning the integrity of the Deputy Director of the FBI and mine.
If you found any
and I'm going to
evidence.
answer the question. The pipe bomb investigation is ongoing, and I'm not going to discuss the details of the pipe bomb investigation. Mr. Bongino was a Secret Service agent for 15 years, a police officer for 5. I served this country in multiple administrations for 16 years. We were also private citizens, and we are now back in government service. And what we have the ability to do is set aside our personal beliefs to deliver the mission of justice for this country, and we're doing it day in and day out. And I find it disgusting that everyone and anyone would jettison our 31 years of combined experience that is now at the helm of the FBI, delivering historic results at historic speeds for the American people.
So you have no evidence?
I got a lot of evidence, and I'll give it to you when I can.
This is exactly why so many Americans have lost faith in the FBI. Every time we demand answers, every time we get close to the truth, they slam the door in our faces. Think about it. They weaponize January 6th against conservatives. They call every Trump supporter an extremist. They raid pro-life activists at dawn. They monitor parents at school board meetings. But when it comes to answering whether pipe bombs outside both parties' headquarters were staged, suddenly their lips are sealed. And what's worse, Patel had the audacity to call it disgusting that anyone would question his record or his deputy's record. Disgusting? No, sir. What's disgusting is an FBI that hides evidence from the American people while claiming to be the guardians of justice. What's disgusting is an agency that has become so politicized that ordinary citizens don't trust it anymore. Let me tell you, Patriots, if there truly is evidence that those bombs were an inside job, then America deserves to see it. Not in a year, not in 5 years, now. And if there isn't, then stop hiding, stop stonewalling, and be transparent. But either way, this is about accountability. It's about honesty. It's about proving that the FBI works for we the people, not for political elites or for covering its own tracks. And here's the bottom line. The more they dodge, the more they delay, the more Americans wake up. We are not conspiracy theorists for asking questions. We are patriots demanding answers. And the truth, sooner or later, is going to come out. If you're as sick as I am of the FBI hiding behind closed doors, then do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video everywhere you can. Let's get this message out. The American people demand answers about January 6th. Drop a comment below. Do you think the FBI is covering up the truth about the pipe bombs? Let's hear from real patriots, not bureaucrats. Because make no mistake, the fight for transparency, the fight for accountability, the fight for our freedom, it starts with us.